Election Day 2021 is happening on what's known as an off year, taking place between presidential and midterm elections. And this time around, half of the country is participating. 25 states from the Atlantic to the Pacific have people heading to the polls with everything from city council positions to U.S. congressional seats at stake. 18 of those states have cities holding mayoral elections, including Atlanta, Boston, Miami, Seattle, Pittsburgh, and New York City. Some of these mayoral races are carrying a bit of history along with them, like in New York City.
We're going to go out and do what's needed to bring the voters home.
Democratic frontrunner Eric Adams is poised to become only the second black mayor of the Big Apple, after Mayor David Dinkins held the office in the early 1990s. And Boston voters are on the cusp of electing their first female mayor and the first woman of color, no matter who wins. Ohio and Florida are both holding special elections for open seats in the House of Representatives, while voters in New Jersey and Virginia are determining their next respective governors. The Virginia gubernatorial race in particular has gained national attention, with former Governor Terry McAuliffe trying to keep a Democratic hold on the state in what many political experts believe could be a litmus test for next year's midterms.
I think this election is about what's happening here in Virginia. I do think, in fairness, people want to see action up in Washington.
McAuliffe's Republican opponent has been distancing himself from Donald Trump while backing some of the former president's policies. But Glenn Youngkin insists his focus is on the Commonwealth.
The way we're going to win this is for all of us as Virginians to recognize that this moment is for us. It is for us.
A crucial component of this election day will certainly be voter turnout. While campaigning for Governor Phil Murphy in New Jersey, former President Obama acknowledged how the coronavirus pandemic may be partially to blame.
I understand why people are frustrated. We thought the pandemic was just about done. Then Delta comes, throws us for a loop. People feel cooped up, not sure what's safe. All these arguments going on.
With both political parties seemingly far apart on major issues like abortion rights, policing, mask mandates, and education, whom to vote for is no longer a foregone conclusion.
I cried when Hillary Clinton lost. If someone told me that I would ever be not considering voting for a Democrat, I would have thought like you were crazy. I know what's best for my family better than a politician does.
Some voters feel having former President Trump out of the everyday limelight is also having an impact.
What happened in 2020 was a lot of voters were turned off, particularly suburban voters were turned off by Trump. And I think with Trump less of a presence, some of the substantive issues are sort of rising to the top. And some people are getting maybe a little uncomfortable with where the Democrats are going on some of these issues. We'll find out after the vote is counted how much of that.
This exemplifies how the first 10 months of the Biden administration are also affecting decisions made inside voting booths.
Oh, actually, it reminds me a great deal of being a teacher. You're in there trying to do the best you can for everyone concerned, and not everybody is with you. And I think given the situation and the difficulties that arise, trying to do such a great thing, a big job as that, I think he's been doing quite well.
There's some tepidness around the president's agenda. There are a lot of concerns about some of the choices he's made.
But in the end, Election Day comes down to the right to vote and having your voice heard on issues that matter most.
I would like to imagine that my vote is the deciding one, but it won't be. I'm just going to go out and vote for what I believe in.
And I'm Major Garrett. It's great to be with you. And Elaine, it's great to be with you. Election Day is always the best day on the calendar for political reporters. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be with you.
It's so exciting to have you here in person, Major Garrett. I wave at you on television. You should know every time you're on. Thank you all for joining us. Welcome to a special election night edition of Red and Blue. New Jersey and Virginia are on the verge of electing governors who will lead their states through the next 4 years.
Quite understandably, those two races have garnered the most attention nationally, but they're just a few of some of the races we'll see happening today. You saw the map in the open. Lots of races all over the country. Boston is one example. We'll make history today. Whoever wins this election will become the first woman of color to be mayor in that city.
And as other states move to restrict voting, New York is considering ballot measures that would authorize state lawmakers to enact same-day voter registration and no-excuse absentee voting. But back to proverbial headliner Virginia. It is a race that is much closer than many expected. The state's suburban college-educated voters turned out as part of the so-called blue wave of 2018 and 2020.
Now, former Democratic Governor Terry McAuliffe enjoyed a slight lead in polls for much of this race. But in the last few weeks, the race has tightened. Republican nominee Glenn Youngkin has surpassed McAuliffe in some public polls, and Republicans believe he has closing momentum. Joining us now with the latest on this potentially bellwether Virginia governor's race is CBS News senior White House and political correspondent, that's a mouthful, Ed O'Keefe. He joins us from Fairfax, Virginia. Ed, what are you seeing?
Good afternoon, guys. Great to see both of you there alongside each other. Hello from Fairfax County, the most populous in this state. We're at the government center, which is where you can cast a ballot, get a vaccination, maybe even fill out a DMV form if you need to. It's a one-stop shop. And today, we're told by the poll watchers here, a few hundred have voted.